It was one of those cold gray mornings where time seemed to slow down. The train station was buzzing with people rushing to work, carrying coffee cups and conversations. But for Sarah, the world moved in silence. Her coat was thin, her shoes soaked from the drizzle, and her 5-year-old daughter Lily held tightly onto her hand, trying not to shiver. Sarah stood in front of the ticket machine, staring at the screen, hoping for a miracle. She had counted the coins in her pocket at least 5 times, each time praying the amount would somehow change. But no matter how much she wished, the truth stayed the same: she was short. Her heart sank. Lily looked up at her with tired eyes. Sarah bent down, brushing a damp strand of hair from Lily's forehead, and whispered, "Just a little longer, sweetheart." She turned to the ticket counter, her voice barely audible as she said, "I'm sorry. I can't pay." Her cheeks flushed with shame. The clerk didn't even look up. The line behind her grew restless, and someone sighed loudly. That's when a warm, deep voice spoke behind her. "I'll pay for it." Sarah froze. She turned slowly and saw a tall man in a navy wool coat, with calm eyes and a presence that didn't quite match the crowd around him. He looked like he belonged in a private car, not standing in line at a public train station. "Why would you do that?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The man smiled gently. "Because you needed help. And maybe I needed a reason to believe in people again." She hesitated, unsure whether to accept or run. But the way Lily leaned into her side, tired and cold, made the decision for her. She nodded slightly. He stepped forward, bought 2 tickets, and handed them to her. "There you go. Safe travels." Sarah blinked, surprised at how calm he was. She didn't know his name. She didn't know his story. All she knew was that a complete stranger had helped her when she had nothing left to give. What she didn't know, what she couldn't possibly imagine, was that this man wasn't just anyone. He was Ethan Miller, a reclusive millionaire, CEO, traveling alone that morning, searching for something real in a world of polished lies. And Sarah had just unknowingly changed his life.
The train rocked gently as it pulled out of the station. Sarah sat by the window, Lily curled up asleep in her lap. Across from her sat the stranger, Ethan Miller. His demeanor was calm, eyes kind, yet something about him felt important. He hadn't said much since they boarded, just smiled politely and stared out at the rain-streaked glass. Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that she should thank him again. "I'm sorry if I seemed nervous back there," she said softly. "It's just, people don't usually help us." Ethan looked at her, then at the little girl in her lap. "You don't need to apologize. Most people don't know how strong they really are until they're forced to be." Sarah nodded slowly. "I lost my job last month. I'm trying to find work again, maybe as a nurse's assistant. But daycare, rent, it all just keeps piling up." Ethan leaned forward slightly. "Do you have any experience in administration or caregiving?" "A bit of both," she said, surprised. "Why?" He reached into his coat and pulled out a sleek, embossed business card. "Because I run a company. A big one, and I think someone like you, who doesn't give up, belongs somewhere better." Sarah took the card, eyes widening as she read the name, Ethan Miller, CEO, Innovatech Solutions. Her heart skipped. She had heard of Innovatech. Everyone had. It was one of the top tech firms in the country. "Wait, this is you?" she asked, stunned. He smiled. "It's just a title. Doesn't mean I'm not still a guy who can spot grit when he sees it." Tears welled up in Sarah's eyes, but she blinked them back. "Why me?" "Because I came here to get away from contracts and numbers, and I found something far more valuable: truth, struggle, and a woman still standing tall." The train slowed to their stop. Ethan stood up, adjusted his coat, and looked down at Lily still sleeping peacefully. "Call me," he said. "Let's see if we can turn that whisper into a future." As he stepped off the train, Sarah stared at the card in her hand. A single moment of honesty, a whispered defeat, and now, maybe, her entire life was about to change. Sometimes, the stranger who offers you a ticket ends up handing you a new beginning.